Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. We are Smash
And Grab.
Media Limited, and we're here to smash revenue records.
And Grab marketing share.
Yeah, my name is Thomas Dobrokota.
I'm Kaichan.
And my name is Megan Alexander.
Today we're going to outline for you an introduction to the consumer decision-making process.
With the steps 1 to 5 with recommendations.
Conclusion, summary of recommendations.
Yeah. Alright, so what is the consumer decision-making process? So consumer behavior here is the study of the process involved when individuals or groups select, purchase, use or dispose of products, services, ideas or experiences to satisfy needs and desires.
So the consumer decision-making process is a consumption of 5 steps. So we've got need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase decision, and then lastly, post-purchase behavior.
Yeah. So our first step today, need recognition. So problem recognition is the first stage in the consumer decision process. As a result of a discrepancy between a desired state and actual state. So what may trigger the consumer to make their purchase? They might have, read or heard about, information about new or superior products. So as we know, technology today is constantly changing. What existed as a need today may not have even been thought of 5 years ago. So it's always moving forward, and for this reason, people might be triggered to buy. They might be dissatisfied with their current alternatives performance. So, with today's technology needs and consumption models just changing all the time, rapidly, day to day, people want streaming, they want to be able to cast their own pictures and documents and their own home videos to the television with the ease of a button. And also, one of the most common causes for someone to go out and buy a new TV is that their existing alternative has broken down or is not working, it's wearing out, just not up to scratch anymore. Yeah.
So how does the Chromecast help? So basically it's just smart connectivity. It streams all your favorite apps from your phone to the TV. It's compact, it hides behind your TV, and you can take it to a friend's house and travel with it because of its light and easy.
It's very compact design.
Yeah, a setup.
It can be cross-platform functionality. It can work with all mobile and desktop operating systems from Apple, Google and Microsoft. Unfortunately, Linux is not supported, and it's ease of use. It's easy to use, easy to set up. It's work without clunky remote.
So what we recommend in order to better facilitate Chromecast coming to people's minds when they recognize this need that has arisen, we would first of all emphasize the need to develop a stronger marketing campaigns that would emphasize its ease of use. It's very easy to use.
Very easy.
People, just you tap it on their phone and there it is, bang. Everyone has a phone these days. It's really easy to connect those 2 dots.
So emphasising the cross-platform functionalities. So many people would think because it's Google, it's only performs on an Android phone, but whereas it's really functional with Androids, iPhones, Windows phones, even your laptop, tablets, anything.
Yeah.
And it can result in increased brand positions because not enough people know about how strong an alternative the Chromecast is.
Yeah, it's just not at the front of people's minds now when they think of smart TV functionality sort of thing, and it really, really should be, and that's what we're going to help you do.
So moving on, we've got step 2, information search. So it's after recognising a need or want, consumers search for information about the various alternatives available to satisfy it.
The information search is include internal and external search. Internal search is a process of recalling experience on using another low-involvement product. This could be when customer has used another Chrome product, or they have used the previous versions of Chromecast.
Yeah.
Internal search is when customers search information from external source to reduce the risk of purchasing high information products.
Yeah. So for the internal search, that's what people would find within themselves already existing knowledge. They'll often, call upon, obviously using a streaming device in the past. If they've used one before, they will obviously weigh up whether or not they enjoyed the experience or not. If they've used a Google product, everybody has. Are they satisfied with how it works? Do they like using Google products? Obviously, of really high importance is what your friends and family might talk to you about the Google Chromecast. If they're telling you good things,
then it would prompt you to go buy it.
Yeah, it's going to encourage you to go buy it. Everyone's got someone in their family who's a bit of a tech head. Everyone goes to them. We're sure you know one or two. So what that person says obviously carries a lot of weight as well. Yeah. So then you've also got maybe the customer is that tech head in the family, their own personal technological informedness. If they're the kind of person who's always up to date, they always know what's coming out. Then that would be part of their own internal search. And then customers' own past experience, which would be window shopping.
Or even someone who's had an older model, or someone who someone who had an older model, older generation of Chromecast.
Yeah.
That's also a really good way of promoting the brand and the newer model as well.
Yeah, it's obviously very prominent where people
yeah.
get information on possible purchases. Yeah, so, and then also window shopping if they've seen it in the store before. And everybody nowadays can't help but come into contact with some technological reviews in magazines and blogs.
External source can be marketing control source. Is when customer visits the actual product website or ask the salespersons. Is usually involved by us because salesperson always want to talk positively about the product.
Mm-hmm.
And external source can be non-marketing control source.
Yep.
It's when a customer search for the products to search engines or compare it to product comparison chart. From here, customer can know about distinctive features of the products and how products might compare with other competitors.
Yeah, right. And in a high involvement product, which most technology is, often customers will put a lot of weight behind each of these four aspects. So its worthiness, its value, its function, performance, the physicality of the product, whether the product packaging is safe or safe for children or socially made or whatever. It's, and again, to emphasize the social profile of the company these days, it's 2017, right? Everybody's about being socially aware and they want to know how committed, in terms of corporate responsibility, the product is related to the company selling it.
So the knowledge customers may obtain from gathering information, whether it be externally or internally, would be the product's main competitors. So of course when you come across one product, you're going to find other things that are quite similar in that sense. You've got your
guarantee and exchange policies and the brand policy and orientations. They also can find positive and negative reviews of the product. By then, customer can have a comprehensive knowledge about the product and can make a wise choice. They can also obtain critical reviews of technological experts. They are the one who knows best about the products, and they can detect every single small issue about the product.
Yeah, and also people will obviously want to make themselves aware of whether or not what they are buying will not just become outmoded, the next week or something. People will keep up to date on whether or not Chromecast 2 Ultra is coming out next month or something. In which case, they probably will be less inclined to purchase. So in recommendation, in terms of this, we would recommend that we improve the marketing presence once again in Australia. It's a bit under the radar at the moment. There's not really much in terms of advertising campaigns, so bigger and better would definitely work. Alright, so we could also emphasize Google's social outreach. Maybe not a lot of people know just how much Google does in terms of corporate responsibility and that kind of thing. You know, they're working on getting internet to regions that might not have it yet. They have programs where they donate just thousands of Chromebooks to less fortunate students. They encourage education a lot, and they're moving a lot forward in terms of just bringing the world up to being as technologically advanced as Google sees it.
So just Google Store design updates. One thing we've noticed is on the actual store website, you don't really have much of a review. There needs to be more reviews, whether it's positive or negative, so that way the consumer or the person who's willing to buy the product or just wanting to know can make an informed decision for themselves, and obviously gain some experience from another person's experience, whether it is good or bad. And also explore opening retail stores in Australia. So
like a physical.
So someone can go in and talk to the person one-on-one and get a feel of the product and see what it's about.
Yeah, like the ones that are open in America.
Yeah.
They could have one similar in Australia.
And just one, just like Apple.
Yeah, they've been an
Apple
absolute
stores,
just home run for Apple. So. Evaluation of alternatives. It's the process by which an alternative is evaluated and selected to meet the consumer's needs. Alright, so a consumer would generally evaluate a product by what we've decided would be these two major categories, which are intrinsic attributes and extrinsic attributes. In terms of intrinsic attributes, they want to look at, do you want to go?
Value, brand trust and loyalty, performance, ease of use, size and portability.
Yeah, and then in terms of extrinsic attributes, like things that are not related to the product itself directly, people would be more affected by things like advertising,
Place of purchase.
just the general availability of it.
Word of mouth.
Yep, and the salespeople who are selling it.
Moving on, so we've got an evaluation table. So basically we've got Chromecast compared to Apple TV and Telstra TV, two which are quite renowned. We've compared it against the price, the warranty, the attractiveness and the polarizing features.
Yeah, we've got, right here we've chosen Apple TV and the Telstra TV as its most prominent direct competitors. Yeah. So, in recommendation, in order for consumers to more favourably evaluate our product over the alternatives, we believe that
easy to use and approachable needs to be made aware a lot more, and once again this would come under the category of obviously advertising.
Yeah, and marketing tools. We really think it should be emphasised that, like, in direct comparison, like a la sort of Apple's old campaigns comparing it to a Microsoft computer, something like that, to really put it at the forefront of people's minds, the advantages that Google has over its competitors, which would be the functionality and compatibility, the portability of it, you can just pop it in your pocket sort of thing, and the pricing. Yeah, it is the cheapest.
It is.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people know compared to the other high-end or the other alternatives.
Yeah, that's really...
Let's move on to the step for purchase decisions. Purchase decision is the decisions regarding the customer behavior in the marketplace when purchasing a product or service. The purchase decision starts when a product can satisfy primary needs, is streaming movies and music to customer televisions. A streaming device must come from a reputable brand, and it must possess the latest functions and affordable price.
People don't want something that's going to be outdated also. So the biggest factors that influence a customer's decision, the biggest would be the marketing campaign, the advertising, whether that's social media we've got here, maybe publicity stunt kind of things, just all that sort of thing. Obviously have huge impact on a person's awareness and thus decision. Yeah.
And also feedback and reviews of current owners. So once again, that experience.
Yeah, everyone likes to look at angry Amazon reviews, right?
Other factors could also include the made-in labels.
Yeah, the socially aware today.
And the guarantee and exchange policy. Easy to use, easy to install, easy to purchase.
Yeah.
Our recommendation is that Chromecast should focus on producing some TV commercials with memorable moments with appearance of Chromecast. It could be when you say some movies with friends or families.
Like here we've got some people who are obviously enjoying some time with their friends, and you can see this guy here is casting it directly to his TV. That kind of thing, which are in images on Google's websites, but just not really at the forefront of people's minds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So improve in-store experience. So training your staff members about the product, and also giving them a bit of incentives to get the product really out there and to tell customers and consumers what the product is and what it can do and how good it is compared to what else is on the shelf.
Yeah. People aren't going to buy it unless they believe the person selling it would buy it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also recommend Google to maintain high quality service and maintain the performance of Chromecast.
Yeah, which it already does, and one of the most common reasons for someone to seek out a streaming device as an alternative to the smart TV is precisely this, in that it does offer continuously updated services and firmware and stuff. So. Yeah.
So here we've got step 5, the post-purchase behaviour. So the inattention that a consumer experiences after recognising an inconsistency between behaviour and values or opinions. So why might the consumer feel satisfied with this purchase?
So I mean, obviously, on myself personally, I found that it just worked a lot better than I actually thought it might have. It was really quite, I don't know, an expansive learning experience for me.
Likewise. And also the brand loyalty to the name, Google.
Yeah, it could also be why they're dissatisfied. Obviously, we can't convert all of the Apple fanboys. So if someone, bought that in, a moment of lapse in judgment perhaps for them, then yeah. Anyway. Also, if it's not easy to use and set up, some customers might feel that it is this way. That could also, be a bit of a feeling of satisfaction.
So here we've got the positive reviews, and once again, like we said before, it's also a form of marketing, having based on someone else's experience to pretty much change your point of view on the product, and then obviously purchase the product. So basically, brand loyalty, leaving reviews. Obviously, this person keeps stating the 4K, and so does this person. So it just really goes to show that it's in people's minds that the Chromecast is the only option available that does allow for 4K streaming. So we want to really encourage this kind of behaviour by having active acknowledgement of this sort of review. And of course, with a review, we'll get a few negative feedback, so it's not for everyone. Not everyone will find it relatively easy. However, still leaving a review will help the consumer and help the company selling it as well.
But also, a dissatisfied customer might do things like asking for a refund of the product, or like
switch to another alternative or brands, and they can leave some negative reviews.
Yeah, like obviously if you're not happy with something, you go out and you get something else, right? Yeah. So, our recommendation for our customers to continue buying and recommend to others that they buy, we want that kind of explosive post-purchase, just speculation.
So to extend the warranty from 12 months to 24 months, we believe that's quite important, given the fact that most other of our competitors have 24 months warranty.
Yeah.
And that would be a big thing that a lot of people would look at because it's a piece of technology. When it comes to technology, they want to know what the warranty is with anything that you get.
Yeah, people like to feel safe in their
Yeah.
purchase, and extending the warranty from 12 to 24 months could do a lot in that regard.
We also want to active online reviews, acknowledge every single reviews that was made online, and try to respond to both of them as soon as possible,
Yeah.
and produce better customer satisfaction.
Yeah, because we noticed in all of the Australian reseller ones that Google hadn't made any attempt to contact or anything like that. So that could be something to better satisfy that consumer process. Also, one thing we noticed and we really feel should be included was that the USB cable is just not prominently advertised as being part of the product, and that could lead to some negative feedback. Yeah, we found it was a common sort of theme in terms of those who left negative feedback. It's not as wireless as some people might think. Yeah.
Okay, we've come to the conclusion of our presentation. Basically, it's just a summary of what we think is quite important to touch on, and that way it will drive more sales for the Google Chromecast.
Yeah, just in summary, what we're doing to just smash and grab, as we said, our most important thing is that you really increase the advertising presence of the Chromecast in the Australian market, and we think from that all the other things might come. So yeah, you just do really well to actually have an active sort of advertising campaign in Australia that would, in this campaign, emphasise its ease of use and functionality when compared to other alternatives. Yeah.
Many people have not heard of the Chromecast, including lots of older people, and we
Yeah.
realise that's pretty much a big thing. You know, older people also like to sit at their home, the comfort of their couch, and just watch TV.
Yeah, and they've got their phones. They know how to use their phones. So just pressing that cast button.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We also recommend Chromecast to extend their warranties because it's now a rollback in comparison with other competitors. Lastly, we also want the Chromecast to actively participate in the third-party seller customer feedback. Is in the attempt to enhance customer satisfaction.
Alright, thank you. We've been Smash and Grab Media. We hope we've smashed your expectations and really grabbed your attention.
Thank you.